Hello, this is an optional video to demonstrate Microsoft Excel pivot table function. Uh, and what you see is Microsoft Excel, and I use maybe 2016 version, but I guess any version would have similar commands and similar interface. Um, and, uh, and this is the data I used in the slides, and it is the NLSY National Longitudinal Survey of Youth started from 97, and I cleaned up the data, and I'm going to post this Excel file on Blackboard. You can just repeat what I did on your own computer. Say, let's see, there are 8 variables. The first variable is gender, second is birth year and race, region, education, marital status, employment status, health insurance. So these are 8 variables, and let's see how many rows there are. There are 7,155 observations. So there are more than 7,000 samples. So the sample size is greater than 7,000. So it is just a lot of numbers. It does not have, like, you cannot tell what's going on in this data. So you have to summarize them. And the simplest way to make a frequency table or probability table is to use pivot table function. The pivot table is in insert. Click insert and then click pivot table and click OK. Then you see a new worksheet, and in this sheet you may make up the table as much as you want. So for example, click anything. I will click gender. Then in this excuse me, I will put my face here. In this table, gender is now, after clicking this, gender is coming here. So each outcome in gender make up the rows, and you may drag the variable down to here. Then automatically it calculates the count of gender. So it means that among more than 7,000 observations, there are 3,600 females and 35 males. So you have a simple frequency distribution table. And if you want to change them to a probability distribution table, you can change the option here. Click here and click here, settings. Then you have this option. I will change this to show value as probability. Instead of count, I set it as probability. Then it changes to probability. And if you want both frequency and probability at the same time, I will drag. You can put one more outcome here, value. Then you have both of them. So frequency and probability. You may change the number, the name level, frequency, and probability. So we made a frequency table and a probability table, probability distribution table. You can do the same thing for different variables like birth year. I will unclick this and I will bring birth year here. And if you put birth year on this panel, then it calculates a different outcome. Somehow it calculates sum, but we don't need sum. We would like to calculate count. And then among 7,000 sample, there are this many, like more than 1,300 people born in 1980 in and you may change whatever you want. Region. Then if you put two variables in rows, you get this, and you may just delete one of them. Then you have the frequency distribution for regional residence, or you may use marital status, whatever. Of course, you have to change this. It's not birth year anymore. Count. So marital status, there are 5 different outcomes, and there are frequencies. And additionally, now let's make a 2 by 2 table. In the slide, I made a 2 by 2 table by gender and health insurance. That can be done using putting gender on rows and health insurance on columns. And it does not matter what value you put here, anything, drag anything down here, count is given here. So female, male, and no and yes, and their grand totals are calculated. This is a 2 by 2 frequency distribution table, and you can change it to a probability distribution table by changing the option in the settings, changing the option. Then you get these numbers. Exactly, this is the numbers. These are the numbers that I used in the slides. This is the simplest 2 by 2 table I use. Intentionally, I use simple variables. But if you have more complicated, like more than 2 values, say marital status and birth year, then there are 5 different outcomes in birth year, and there are 5 different outcomes in marital status. Then you get 5 by 5 probability distribution table. So if you have if you use different variables, the table may expand, but still it automatically calculates the probability. So it's a very convenient and simple way to summarize the data. Okay, I hope it helps. If you want more details about Excel, I recommend you to watch more experts YouTube videos. Maybe their YouTube videos must be better than what I demonstrated here. So if you think it's useful, it will be useful in your in your career in the future when you get a job. So then study more by yourself. But it is not on the exam. You don't need, and you may use this skill when you do the homework. You can use any calculator, any computer in your homework. So it may also help in doing your homework. Okay, thank you.